how do you think we can make the world a better place?
One, by being true to yourself and trying to like hear your own voice, like the highest version of your own voice. And then I think also like I think there's like this Gandhi quote that's probably super cheesy about like the only way to find yourself is by serving others. And I think that's probably true, and probably a way to make the world a better place is just to like serve others and to, I mean, I feel like I almost wore this one shirt today, that this other tie-dye shirt that says your ego is not your amigo. It's by Online Ceramics. And I do think that the world would be better if we spent more time trying to quiet our ego. And I don't mean like pride, I mean like your sense of self. Because, you know, like our sense of self is kind of like an illusion. It's just, you know, there's this part of our brain and like the prefrontal cortex, I think, that like kind of houses like this idea of a self. And I think so much of our culture is trying to boost that, you know, and but when you like meditate or run or listen to music or pray or do psychedelics or whatever, the actual brain scans show that part of your brain with the self, oxygen and blood flow dies down in that area and it quiets down, but then the rest of your brain that never talks to each other, the whole thing lights up.
Wow.
And so I think the more we can do that, whatever that is, and whatever activities help you get there, then that will definitely make the world a better place, because you're not thinking about yourself so much. You know, there's I kind of like to think about it like octopods, like an octopus like has 8 arms, and each arm actually has its own mini brain. And so like that's why when you like cut off an octopus arm by food, the arm still like you can see it like go run off and get the food, because that arm thinks like, oh, that's my job. I'm an arm. I'm an autonomous arm, and I'm gonna go get the food. That's what I'm very good at. And then suddenly it looks around and there's no body. And I think that's so interesting, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I wonder if like we are like those arms. You know, we have our brains, but for us, like our sense of self has gotten so strong that we feel individual and separate, that we're these individual arms, and that all we need to do is do the best for me, this arm. But if we can quiet our brains, then we'll realize that we're like all a part of this giant octopus. And the more I think we can do that and feel in the flow of that, like the better kind of like overall octopus we can be. You know, you don't want to just be like this stubborn arm.
Thank you for taking the time to check out the Smith Society, and I hope you enjoyed our conversation with Lee Sung Jin. If you did enjoy it, please take a moment to subscribe, follow, whatever it is, whatever platform you're using to listen to this. And even better, leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think. Doing those things really help get this story and these stories out to more people. So I know it's a little bit of work, but it's extremely appreciated. You can check out Lee Sung Jin on Instagram at Be Here Later, which I think is such a clever name and is so Lee Sung Jin. And you can find us on Instagram as well at The Smith Society Pod. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. You're awesome.